us. In our very first story, the presidential candidate for the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has arrived in the OT region for a 3-day tour. He was received by enthusiastic supporters clad in the party's paraphernalia amidst drumming and dancing. The former president repeated his call for President Akufo-Addo to avail himself for a debate between the two of them if he indeed insists this year's elections is about track records. He's also asking residents of Nkonya, Ahinkro and Ntumda areas to vote massively for the party in the December poll, saying the party's commitment to infrastructure development is unmatched. He pledged to complete all abandoned NDC projects should he be elected this December.
2016 yendin kunimu abato no banyanya baby aye sana nke woseba no afi abato ebabio na yeso president ne parliamentarian ejinebia enti yede ye ho ebehye monsa na mongo mpai se ne be ya Nkonya ye papa nom ye nananom a omo asen akono ombeba be gina echi na edanu druha yesio ni ye abo ni ye ndia nyina be dani ni pa beto abani bi na endi se din kunem menem se ye nyina ponto ni ehia endi se so oka se empunto oka political parties a omobu oman no na oka empunto a uyi endi se fimu anyeye na menem se Nyoma ehia mo a fitro ene apomodin ene mudwa ente ade amatra to ho se nyame adom na yedin kunima ebeka edwa no se ne be ya ema no benya bebi papa
Former President Mahama says he will legalize the use of motorbikes as passenger vehicles should he be voted into power come December. In his message to the people of Kwando on the last day of his Volta region tour, the former president, however, said businesses will be regulated with the safety of both the riders and passengers in mind.
I've been seeing young people who have finished school, they can't find a job, and so they look for something they can do. And there are many of our young people, you see them riding motorcycles and transporting people from place to place. We call them Okada. But in our law, it says Okada is illegal. But Okada is a reality. It has come to stay. You can't stop it. And so I have suggested, and I say when we come into office, we'll legalize Okada, but we'll regulate it. We'll regulate it, and we'll give them training so that they are able to do their business in a safe manner without causing the lives of people. They must obey all the traffic regulations in order that they be allowed to pursue their profession.
The chief of Kwando, in welcoming the former president, said the Kwando municipality needs assistance with their new nurses training college and other projects. And to other stories, we'll be joined shortly via Zoom on road safety consultant and chief executive of Top Tech Transport and Logistics, Cecil Gabra. Thank you very much, Mr. Gabra. What do you make of this call to regularize the use of motorcycles for passenger vehicles? Kindly unmute for me, Mr. Cecil Gabra.
Okay, right. So if you look at the regulations itself, 2180 LI, right? It's just so clear to say that you cannot do what the former president wants to do now. And I think practically it is really wrong for us to do it, right? If you speak to even Kolebu Teaching Hospital, they'll tell you that every day, the number of Okada accidents that they receive at Kolebu is I'll say overwhelming. Let me use those words rather, which means that it is too much to handle with people's legs are maimed, hands are maimed. So what are we talking about? I think it's a wrong statement from our former president. We shouldn't try it at all. Have we been able to handle road crashes? The figures are swelling. Ghana have very few vehicles as compared to other development countries, and therefore this is rather the time for us to instill discipline, instill the laws that we have created, which is the LI 2180, for it to work, done to legalize Okada. Right, it's really against the regulations, and we shouldn't try to even amend the laws to say let's have Okada in because we are looking for people to have jobs to carry goods and passengers. Now, if you look at even the tricycle, let me just describe the tricycle. Tricycle hasn't got any sort of angle iron to protect yourself from any road crashes. When you're a pinion rider and then you sit behind either a motorcycle or a tricycle, then you should say your last prayers. If you're Catholic, just hold your rosary and start reciting your Hail Marys, because it is not safe. Here we have very wrong issues in terms of riders driving in the middle of the road. I mean, by law, you shouldn't even ride in the middle of the road if you are riding a motorcycle. And then if you are sitting in a tricycle, tricycles basically cannot be used for commercial purposes. It's really against the law. If you compare what is happening in India, Pakistan, where they have a lot of tricycles, of course, the death rate is so high. Are we asking people of Ghana to patronize Okada and then sit in tricycles for them to crash, where nobody would, be concerned in terms of their conditions when they get hurt, when their legs are maimed? That must not come to Ghana, honestly speaking. Let us rather try as much as possible to bring in companies to assemble motorcycles and then sell the motorcycles to individuals for them to learn how to ride, where they can ride to work, ride to their various locations and come back rather safely. Well, last year I had an experience. I said, look, let me go on a ride to see how the Okada rider operates. And I'm telling you, it's the most dangerous venture that I took in my life. Because here you are, they don't respect any traffic lights. Well, I understand why we can train them. When the Okada rider rides through the red lights, it's really difficult for you to arrest them. Even the police will have to have a lot of equipment, such as chains, such as stoppers, where you have to put up equipment to inject the tires so the rider can automatically stop and so on. We don't even have it here. And why do we have to even introduce it?
It definitely wouldn't augur well for us. And I'm grateful for your time. Cecil Garba is a road safety consultant. Still on the